Tristan, I think there were times that in this game where you and Mooney kind of took turns dominating.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, Mooney hit a shot, then I hit a shot, and we kind of just looked at each other, and the atmosphere helped us out a lot, and, I mean, we got those shots to fall, and, I mean, what a game. It was a great game, so, yeah.
It's a season high for you, I guess, 20 points. How did it feel? I mean, you were just letting them go.
Yeah, felt really good. Always come and shoot before the games, and I knew my shot was feeling pretty good before the game, and coaches stay on me about being aggressive, and, you know, I mean, they were leaving me open for the most part, and I was just knocking them down.
Yeah, I mean, Matt, it was really impressive that, you know, there was a shot in the first half where you clearly had a better looking shot, but you spotted Tristan in the corner, and he buries the three, and then Tristan adds another basket, and then USD has the lead for keeps. Just talking about what did you see when you saw Simpson out in the open?
I saw a fantastic shooter wide open, so I just had to deliver the ball, and he did the rest of the job. I thought we just did a really good job sharing it tonight, and guys stepped up and made open shots, and Tristan had a career night tonight and big game. He was ready to go, and TP played great. Trey Manning was big defensively. It was just a total team effort.
Congratulations on over 1,000 points. How does it feel?
Yeah, it feels good. You know, it feels good. I got a lot of work left to do, and you know what's most important is winning, and we got the win tonight, so that's what's most important.
What's basically been working for you?
For me, for us, you know, our defense has been key to us winning because me personally, I haven't had a great season, but we've played as a team and we've really gotten it going defensively, and even on nights when we're not scoring it that well, when I'm not scoring it that well, we've been able to come out with wins. And you know, tonight I thought our defense was outstanding, and I just want to give a shout out to the crowd, to the students that came out. You know, we really appreciate you guys coming out. It was big time atmosphere tonight.
Matt, what was the game plan on defense?
The game, I mean, they got guys that can really score it. They score 90 a game. I don't want to give away too many of our secrets, but obviously, you know, Mike Dom, we don't want to let him get anything easy. And, you know, they knew the double team was coming when it went in the post, and we were just on top of it. And they're a team, you know, you got to switch up your game plan a little bit because they got so many different guys that can hurt you. But the key is when you check in the game, everybody's locked in on what's your job and what you're doing. And everybody who came in the game was ready to go, and we were all locked in, all five of us.
They started off really hot. I think they were 4 of their first 5 threes. Did you make an adjustment right from there, or did you just kind of stick with the plan that you had coming in?
Just stick with the plan we had coming in. We know they're a high-octane offense. They shoot a lot of threes. They make a lot of threes. You know, last year here, you know, our coaches told us they made 14 threes on us, but we still won. So we just listened to our coaches. Coach Hansen did a tremendous job with the scout. We just stuck to the game plan.
Matt, in a rivalry game like this, obviously the juices are a little bit higher, given the recent history between the two. What was it like for you guys to, when you were kind of starting to pull away against a team like this, you know, that's been in the NCAA and things like that, kind of a statement win?
Yeah, obviously it feels good. They were hot. They were first in the league, and obviously, you know, they ended our season last year. So, you know, that's all I was thinking about all day is that feeling they gave us last year when we lost to them, and you know, we just use that as some fuel. But we know we got to see those guys again, and we know they're going to remember this one when we play them last game of the season, and you know, who knows if we meet them in the tournament. But these rivalry games, they're heated. You know, everybody, you know, everybody's amped up, ready to play. And obviously, in the state of South Dakota, it's a really big deal. So we were just ready to roll.
Nick?
Tyler, what are some things you can, just looking at this right now, knowing, just like Matt said, there's potentially 2 more games here with these guys. What are some things, though, that you can benefit from right now by doing what you just did?
I think the biggest thing is just knowing how to lock in on defense against a team like that. Like Mooney said, they score 90 points a game. They're a top 10 offensive team in the country. So just knowing that if we lock in and stick to our game plan, good things are going to happen.
Tristan, it was still a close game at halftime, and I think probably a lot of people were expecting them to make a run in the second half, but you guys made the run in the second half. What did you talk about at halftime as far as trying to carry over what you'd done towards the end of the first half?
At halftime, we just talked about playing the full 40 minutes. There's been a lot of games this year where we've kind of been up or we've went on a run and we've kind of let the team back into the game. So we really just wanted to keep our foot on the pedal and just take it to them. And, yeah, I guess that was our adjustment in the second half.
Yeah. Matt, when you're going up, I know you're different positions. When you're going up against Mike Dom, he's obviously been putting up big numbers, getting a lot of praise, Summit League Player of the Week. I mean, does that Is that another thing that kind of motivates you when you see another great player on the other end and say, okay, it's going to be my night?
I guess a little bit, you know. We hear a lot about Mike Dom, and we hear a lot about South Dakota State, and, you know, it's warranted. They're a really good team. But obviously, like, you use what you can as motivation and fuel, and I hear that stuff all the time, and we hear about them all the time, and we want to come out and say, you know, we're a really good team too. So you can use it a little bit. I mean, I did, yeah.
Anything else for the players?
Yeah, I mean, and on that end, I mean, you guys defensively helped them, but also, what kind of motivation was there to be able to put up 87 the way they average? I'm sure that you guys didn't score, so I'm sure you hear a lot about how well they can score.
Yeah, you know, we were just clicking tonight. I mean, I think we got to look at the film and say, you know, look how we shared the ball this game. You know, everybody made one more pass, and we got clean looks, and that's something we need to do moving forward. That's something we don't always do. But we're becoming a much better motion team, and, you know, everybody, you know, got in the stat column tonight, and everybody contributed. And, you know, we'll look at the film and we'll improve on some things, but we'll also take away from, you know, offensively how much we shared the ball and made the extra pass.
One or two more for the players, Mick?
Tristan, how do you make sure that, you know, you don't get too out of whack on this one game? Obviously, it's a huge highlight in the season so far, but knowing that more important games are the foul, how do you make sure that you keep perspective on that?
Yeah, this was for sure a big game, but I mean, Coach just told us in the locker room, you know, we play Denver on Saturday, so we just got to, you know, enjoy it till midnight, then turn around and focus on Denver.
I haven't really looked at these stats real close, so. Well, first of all, that's a heck of a win for the Coyotes. South Dakota State is really, really good. I mean, they're very, very good, and they just put so much pressure on you in so many different ways that it's very hard to replicate it. You know, when you're practicing for those 2 days of prep, and I mean, obviously it all starts with Dom and his versatility and his ability to shoot threes and score inside and pass it and handle it and get fouled and, you know, all the above. And then you surround him with a guy like Reed Tellinghusen who can do everything, and he plays both ends of the floor very, very well. And obviously the Jenkins kid as a true freshman doesn't play like a true freshman, and they're well coached and they just play so well together. So that's a heck of a win for the Yotes. I think it was great for the Summit League, great for the state of South Dakota to have two teams ranked in the collegeinsider.com top 10 in the country. You know, to have those two programs less than 2 hours away is a really special deal. And so it's a great win for the Yotes, and excited, and we did a lot of good things tonight.
Questions?
You held them 23 points below their average in conference play, 19 points below their season average. I mean,
Well, first of all, it starts with mentality. I thought our guys had a great mentality. I thought we had two excellent practices. I know the coaches always say, well, if you practice well, you play well, right? And but for our team, that's been the case. And we really executed our game plan well. We've had to make some adjustments, obviously, like you always do throughout a game. But we have a smart team. We have a tough team, and we have a smart team. And our guys, we give our guys a lot of responsibility. And they, you know, to our guys' credit, they don't sit there and shake their head like, really? We got to do all this stuff? They buy in, and they want to execute it. And it was fun. It was really, you know, you get a little bit of a proud father kind of feel during that game. It's so loud and so electric in there. It's very, very difficult to communicate on a night like tonight. And you could just see our guys communicating nonstop. Our guys were communicating to the bench. Coach, who are we doing this off of? What are we doing here? And that was exciting to see. That gets, as a coach, that gets your juices pumped up because you know they're so locked in. And so that was big time. We did a great job on the glass. They didn't get one offensive rebound in the first half, and they ended up with 4 for the game, all of them by Dom. And, you know, his length is so good, and he's so powerful. And so, but we really eliminated second chance opportunities. I thought was big. And then we didn't foul. They didn't foul either. But it was a big boy basketball game. And when you have two heavyweights like this, you know, I said to one of the refs, because all those guys do Big Ten games, and I said, this is awesome early in the game because it's being officiated like a Big Ten game. So the players get to decide, and that was good to see. So But I loved how we really defended and didn't let them get going in transition. Obviously, the first 2 minutes, I think they made 3 threes. And so you're kind of like, well, that's what they do. But our guys held it down because we got down early and just stayed the course, and I'm really proud of their effort.
What was the game plan on defense?
Play super hard. It's difficult because you got a guy like Dom. Just screen roll D is going to be huge, and post D, and depending on how they're going to, where they're going to put them. So you got to eliminate them in transition, because when you're scoring 91 a game and you're top 10 in the country, I mean, they're always going to get freebies in transition. They hurt teams that way, or on the offensive glass. So you have to do a really good job with that stuff, and then you got to find out, what are your screen and roll coverages going to be, and I'm not sure we gave them a steady dose of anything. We kept kind of just trying to change it up on them to try to keep them off balance. And then a big part of that, telling you, and had what? I'm a history major, so you always look back. I think he was 8 for 11 from the 3 last year at our place. And, that overall we did a good job because we just limited him from his attempts. He's still 50% from the field, and he's he's a really good player. And I thought that was big. He made those, got fouled late and then made a deep 3, 5-6 minutes to go in the game.
What a game for Matt Mooney tonight, 30 points. But one of the big things that I saw him do was he had a really good shot, good looking shot going underneath, and then he spots Tristan in the corner, and Tristan buries the 3.
Yeah. We played really connected on offense tonight. Well, on both ends of the floor, but on offense. And Matt, you guys have all seen Mooney play. I mean, he can really play. And we've been a little bit up and down on the offensive end this year. We've had nights where we are, really, really good. And then we've had nights where, I mean, you're looking at us like, really? You guys have won this many games, with an offense like this? And so, but that's part of, a 5.5 month season. You have ebbs and flows, in particular on the offensive end. And we were in a rut, against Denver to some extent. Western Illinois was brutal. They weren't brutal. We were brutal on offense, and some of that was them, of course. And then North Dakota State, we just, and then even Fort Wayne, we didn't score it well, but you could see signs of life. You could see signs where we were turning a corner. And then last week we played well on the offensive end and certainly continued it forward tonight. So playing connected. We had 15, we had twice as many assists tonight as turnovers, 15 assists to 7 turnovers. And that's been our MO. We've always been a good assist team. But there's been times this year we just don't share the ball like we need to. And tonight we were really sharing it. And that play I know exactly the play you're talking about. That was the epitome of how we need to play. And when you have a guy that Matt Mooney, congrats to Matt on scoring his 1,000th point at USD, to pass up that shot, to get that shot, that speaks volumes for our team and about Matt.
Has he always been unselfish like that?
He's always known how to play, but he likes to, he likes to score, So, but Matt's a guy that'll make the right play almost all the time.
Nick, how do you make sure that this is all positive for you guys? I mean, if you look at it, SDSU's advantage leaving this is it's going to be much easier for them to forget what just happened there. It's going to be tougher for you guys, but you both got to move on.
Oh, yeah. As a coach, we told as a coach, the biggest you always when you're coming up to play a game like this, a rivalry game, you're always a little bit like, okay, how are we going to play the game before against Omaha, and how are we going to play the game after, because of the emotionally, you win or lose, it's always an emotional game, and that's we're going to find out really what we're made out of. That's what we told our team. Like, we're going to truly find out what we got on Saturday on the road, because how do you not get amped up for this game with it being the rivalry game and obviously the crowd? But now you're on the road playing a team that we've already beaten, and because it's just one step. It's a big game. It was a big step because we lose this, we don't control our destiny. But now both teams still control their destiny, and so we're going to find out what kind of maturity we have, because last year after a game like this, we weren't very good.
Jeremy? Craig, what have you noticed with Tristan that all of a sudden has become this offensive weapon for you?
Just asking him to do more. quite frankly. Sometimes you just expect guys to go do it, and sometimes you just got to tell them. And so Tristan's always been a talented guy. I feel like he's playing with a lot better pace, in particular on the offensive end. And like I said, his shooting numbers in some of our shooting drills that we do have definitely gone up the last 8 to 10 days, and it showed tonight.
Coach, you're down 27-22 midway through the first, and then after that, I think the number is 65-41. If the kid doesn't make the half-court heat at the end, that number's in the 30s. You mentioned you thought you defended well, played connected well on offense, but at some point in time, did you kind of just know, hey, this is kind of going to be our night?
Well, it certainly felt like that, about midway through the second half, and we just had a great look to us, right? We had, like I said earlier, we had 2 really good days of practice where we just had that look in your eye, in the eye, and I've coached most of these guys for a minimum of 2 years now, and you just kind of know, and we had that one stretch. The second half, we didn't sub a whole lot. Mooney played the whole second half. Simpson played the whole second half. Tyler Peterson played the whole second half, and so did Trey Birch-Manning, which I've never done that. And so you just sit there and say, are we going to have enough gas in the tank? But when you have this many people, the Big Ten has led the country in attendance for whatever number of years, like 30 some odd years, right? The Big Ten has also had the best home winning percentage within conference play for like the last 20 some years. Well, why is that? Like, to me, there's a direct correlation with attendance in home winning percentage. Like, that matters. And so when you have that, the energy and the juice in the gym tonight, it just got to the point where I was like, you know what? We're going to take care of business tonight.
1 or 2 more for Coach. Coach, you called this a heavyweight fouls. Your guys landed the first shot. Obviously, you're going to have 1 more back in their place, and maybe a third. Moving forward, you don't necessarily maybe expect to win every game against them by 20, but what can you take from this to hopefully apply it in Brookings the next time and perhaps in the Premier Center?
Well, that's what we tell our guys. It's just it was a big one because we get back on track and controlling our destiny. Is obviously if they win that, they're up 2 on us. But it is what it is. It's just one game, and that's what we just got to have some maturity to us, and we got a long way to go in some respects. And so we got to have a level of consistency to us and just keep we always say chopping wood. Just got to keep getting better, right? You just got to keep swinging and keep getting better every practice, every day.
Thanks, Coach.
Thanks for coming out, guys. Appreciate it.